All right, guys, welcome to the Vice Vlog. I'm TJ.
I'm Justin, and it's been a hell of a week.
Yeah, not so good of news this week. It's probably going to be airing out on Saturday, whenever you're watching it. Typically, we like to get these out on Friday, but like I said, been a bad week.
A trio of robbery suspects under arrest tonight after not one, but two brazen robberies at the very same store. It happened early this morning at Vapor Vice in Franklin Township. Our Ellen Carter talked to the store owner and has the video that led to the arrests.
TJ Birdwell should be helping customers. Instead, he's cleaning up the last remaining glass from a shattered door after thieves busted their way into his store. Surveillance capturing it all.
There was three individuals that kind of poked up and was kind of looking around and doing this number and just being out there, sitting at the table, and the next thing you know, the glass explodes.
It happened just after 1 on Sunday. Three people who appear to be teenagers or their early 20s rummaging around, but only making off with a few products.
It's hard. I mean, you feel violated to a degree.
TJ stuck around with police and boarding up his store before leaving. And as if once wasn't enough, just hours later, these same robbers came right back through this door.
And I think we stayed here till around 4:20, and then we left. And within 10 minutes, it was hit again.
The thieves ripping down the plywood.
And then it's like it happened so fast the second time. I was like, how does this even happen where you get robbed twice in one night by the same people?
This time, though, intent on taking more.
The first guy runs down here, grabs this trash can. As you can see where all these bottles are knocked over, just kind of throwing them in.
Again, they ran out, but hours later, Birdwell says police caught 3 suspects. The good news is that no one was hurt in any of these crimes. In Indianapolis, Ellen Carter, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
One of the mothers told us it was the toughest call she had to make after learning their children were behind a burglary at this door right here. In this last break-in, there is a lot of damage. And we're talking thousands of dollars worth of damage, but still security cameras did get one image of the suspect. Look closely at this burglary photo from the Vapor Vice store on Thompson Road. The owner not only hopes police can enhance it, but also someone will call Crime Stoppers with a name. Burglars hit the Vapor store a third time in 3 days.
Shock. I mean, I was trying to be positive about it, and I hope that it wasn't what it was because, I mean, I'm starting to feel a little targeted.
This camera inside Vapor Vice recorded the still image of another burglar.
This was our electrical panel.
Owner TJ Birdwell showed us how burglar number 3 destroyed the electrical boxes and cut phone lines behind the building before stealing thousands in store merchandise.
If you know who they are, do the right thing and pick up the phone and call.
Repairs to the door alone will cost TJ close to $1,000, so he's hoping someone recognizes this latest suspect. On the Crime Beat, I'm Steve Jefferson.
All right. Well, guys, it was Sunday morning. Of course, I don't sleep anyway. I got out of bed. It was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to go to the bathroom. I come back, grab my phone, and you know, I look at my phone. I got a text message from this guy. Like, what does he want this early in the morning? So I open it up, and it was kind of one of those surreal things. Like, what the am I looking at here? You know, is that our door? You know,
Burglar alarm.
Yeah.
But I found out. I got a phone call from one of our workers here at V2. Said, TJ, you need to look at your phone. The alarm's going off. Pretty uncommon for us to have that issue. So I get on the cameras on the phone app, and sure enough, cops are running through with their guns, sweeping the store. I couldn't tell that the door was busted, but at that point I knew it was. So I got on the phone with Justin, got him involved.
Yeah.
About, what time was it do you think we got down there? It was probably around 2-ish.
Yeah, I'd say about 2. Well, I mean, I got there, it was about 2:45.
Yeah, we got there around 2, and we had dealt with the police officers and had been just trying to figure out what was what and how we can secure this store, because at 2 o'clock in the morning, Home Depot's not open.
Right.
So to get plywood, it just a mess. We got lucky, I thought, and Don had a piece at the house he brought down. So they dusted for prints. Me and Don secured the door, taped up the outside so nobody got hurt. And Don walks outside and he comes back in all serious and straight faced. He said, TJ, I just heard laughing outside. It's like,
Yeah.
it could be an isolated incident, whatever. No, it wasn't an isolated incident. We was actually being filmed from across the street. They were hiding in bushes, filming us there with the police officers and yada, yada, yada. Justin shows up about 2:40-ish, somewhere in there. I mean, don't quote us on times, but me and him sit down. We rip the DVR footage and we start placing all that on a thumb drive.
So yeah, so I get the thumb drive, I get home, and I'm like, well, it's going to be a long morning. You know, I'll go to bed later. I'll take a nap later. And so I'm cutting this footage together because, you know, it kind of records on motion. So I got to, you know, kind of stitch all these clips together. And I was trying to see if before the break-in, if there was a car or anything that pulled into the parking lot to see if we can get a clear shot of any kind of a vehicle or whatever. And so I opened the app back up, the same app he looked at, opened the app back up. And this was about 5:30 in the morning, you know, somewhere in there.
Mind you, we didn't leave till 4:30.
Yeah. So it was like an hour and a half later. And I'm looking at the footage because it pulls up, you know, the live view first, and then you got to go into playback and all this stuff. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, something's not right. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, the fucking door is gone. You know, like the plywood, the glass, everything is gone. So I immediately got him on the phone, I felt bad, you know, because I could tell he had probably just laid back down. You know, he was like, hello. I'm like, dude.
Barely. He's like, bro, we got hit again. And I'm like, are you serious? And then when I pulled up the app again on my phone, it's like you knew. I mean, we were hit, and I'm thinking the whole time driving there, which it took me 20 minutes to get there from 10 minutes away because of all the traffic, and it was just a mess. We get there. And I'm like, yeah, that door didn't just fall down. We was busted into again.
Yeah.
Same evening. So twice in one night, which is pretty impressive.
Right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. That's... So yeah, so pretty much 2 times in a 4-hour time span, because when we went back and watched the footage again and started pulling the clips from the second break-in, we left, the timestamp on the video of us leaving was 4:09 a.m. And the timestamp of them coming back in was 20 minutes later. So yeah, they were literally right there watching us leave.
Right there.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I mean, who would think somebody would have the
balls?
Yeah. And I mean, for us, it's like, I know my mindset at that point was like, they've got what they're going to get. It's done. This is done. So that getting broken into like back to back like that was not even on my, because the first time they come in, they literally took three 120 bottles of Cool Breeze as fluid. Good stuff, but they apparently got lucky and picked a good one. So boom, there's that. You know, the second time they come in, they actually they picked up one of our trash cans, just kind of ran down the wall, and there was 2 or 3 of them like scooping stuff, you know, out of the cases in the front. Then we still wasn't sure of what they took from the back, because all this happened so fast, we hadn't even had a chance to take inventory. So at that point, you know, the whole process started all over again. Justin got busy on that, the surveillance footage that next morning. We got that out, I'd say probably about 5 to 6 hours later.
Yeah.
That video had over 10,000 views on it at the time. And, we started getting leads, I would say, within an hour.
Oh yeah, easily within an hour. I mean, I had let me choose my words wisely. I had people that knew the kids, like messaging me, hey, you know, here's my number, call me. I know exactly who it is, where they're at, you know, all this stuff. He had the same deal going on. I mean, our phones were blowing up.
Yeah, it was insane.
And but yeah, it took, after the video went live, it took 3 hours?
Yeah, I knew they were young. I was so shocked when I just seen their faces, like, damn, they're kids.
Right.
So it's like, and they're out doing this, you know, and I know my kids don't do that. My kids are at home playing Fortnite and crying about going to bed early, you know, so it was pretty shocking to find out what it was, but I was a bit relieved, like for our safety, because okay, it's not grown ass burglars that are
armed.
Absolutely.
It's
I mean,
just bored kids.
but then again, it's like in the same sense, you know, I was still just it was torn at that point.
It was an uneasy situation.
Oh, for sure, because I mean, we're still trying to get the building secure.
Right.
So we end up posting this video. We know all about who it is. We didn't even have a chance to call the detectives or anything. They just kind of called us and said, we've made an arrest. Well, we were fortunate that one of the parents stepped up and did the right thing and turned these guys in. We get a call from the detective about 9 o'clock that night, and he said, hey, we got all your merchandise here. We're going to meet up with you at the store, and we'll turn it back over to you, go through the inventory that you have, yada, yada, yada. We get there. Everything comes in a trash bag. These kids have taken probably $8,000 worth of equipment, just opened it up, tore it up, busted tanks, just every bottle of juice was opened. I mean,
dicks.
Nothing was usable. Nothing was salvageable. Nothing was even anything. I mean, it was all trashed. Literally, there was 3 mods in that bag that even worked after that. So that was the incident from the first break-in.
Yeah, that was day 1.
Yeah.
But
long day.
Yeah, unfortunately, that took that store out of commission for 2 straight days. You know, Sunday and Monday. Opened back up Tuesday. Had a pretty good day Tuesday. Then come to find out, Wednesday, it happened again.
Yeah, and not did it happen again? Not in the same fashion. We was broken into this time, and it was serious. But mind you, there had been 2 days, 3 days of news coverage. I mean, multiple interviews at the store. I mean, everybody knew what was going on. So we get there. Actually, my mother calls me that morning and she says, TJ, the internet's out. Well, mom freaks out about everything. So it's like, hey, it's fine. It's probably just the power got knocked out, whatever. Well, she immediately beelines to the store and she texts me and Justin, and basically we got hit again. Like, Justin's like, Pat, where you at? And she just quit answering, quit responding. So I knew it was serious. And I got there after her. They had cut the power lines, they had cut the cable and the phone lines, pretty much disabled all of our security systems. So we got one flash of a picture that wasn't even usable.
Yeah.
And we can show you back behind us, but it was a professional job. Now, we took 2 pieces of plywood that were 3/4 inch thick and kind of sandwiched them together and then bolted them with about 8 different bolts. Now, what do? They cut through the side of the door and kind of, I don't even know how they got in still, but it was pretty epic.
Like the 2 of us together would struggle
to get that. And I mean, we're not small guys, so we knew that was not a kid job. That was somebody who knew about it and knew what was going on. Now, whether they were following the news or they were they knew the kids.
Yeah.
Somehow it correlates together. That's in my opinion. I can't say that. I don't want to accuse anybody, but the truth of it is, it's like, and then they took exactly what was left from the first robbery.
Yeah.
So bad deal all the way around.
Yeah, so we got the stuff that was stolen and returned was stolen again, and then a whole shit ton more.
So that put us out of commission, and I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly thought at that point we're going to close the store permanently because we can't secure it. we keep getting broken into before we can even get it secured. And we had already been up for 2 days at that point, pretty much. I think we were both running on, 3 hours of sleep?
If that.
If that.
Shit ton of caffeine.
It's just like every time the freaking phone rings, it's like somebody broke in, somebody broke in,
Right.
somebody broke in. So it was a very drug out affair, but it all happened really fast. But, insider looking out, it was like,
Right.
oh my God.
It's been a long ass week.
It has. And we still have no leads on that. So if you do know of anything or see any kind of vape, somebody with bulk vape equipment for sale or just giving stuff away, there's something up with that. You should probably do some research, maybe some questioning without questioning.
Yeah.
But just look into it. So, all right, guys, I tell you what, I know that it's just been an emotional few days. I mean, I go through spells of being angry to okay, back to angry to sad. I mean, it's almost like I've turned into somebody that has like bipolar disorder with this because, I mean, you feel violated.
Oh, yeah.
I know I personally do.
Yeah.
And I know you do too, because you put a lot of hours and time into just helping me get stuff squared away. Yeah. So.
But yeah, like he was saying, we were standing there scratching our heads, like all of us, like how,
collectively, everybody at the store.
How are we going to recover from this? This is bad.
Yeah, I don't think we can recover.
And turns out we were able to get the glass door replaced Wednesday.
The internet went up Wednesday.
Yeah, IPL, Comcast, everybody came out and fixed everything.
So we was able to get back, in business. Now, granted, the product. Our cases over there are pretty empty. Were at that time pretty empty, which brings me into the next part of this. I want to talk about the support.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you. Prior to this whole situation,
Goosebumps.
I know. Prior to this whole situation, dude, I was tired of this industry. I was getting just to the point where I was over it. Everybody's cutting everybody's throat. Everybody is just going in on everybody and just didn't have a good feel to it.
Right.
But when this happened, I was immediately contacted by, I would tell you, probably 10 or 15 vendors just reaching out, giving us support, showing love, just everything that come along. I mean, just with good people in the industry that I love, and it had been a while since I'd seen it or felt it. Yeah. So it's been amazing. And I tell you what, the last few days, we've received multiple packages from multiple vape shops, other vendors, e-liquid manufacturers. I mean, it's been an amazing outreach to us, which, I mean, it didn't get us back, but we're not sitting there with empty shelves.
Right.
We have liquid on our shelves and mods in our cases, which is what we didn't have. We operated for a day or two without anything in there, and it was actually a pretty sad thing to go in and look at.
Right.
So
yeah, we greatly appreciate the hell out of all of you.
Every one of you guys. Yeah. And if you did do something like that for us and just send a package in the mail without us even reaching out or anything, just know that we will never forget that.
Right.
So if you guys have done that, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone that continues to support us.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you. Absolutely.
So, you guys showed up and showed us what the community is really about.
Mad love. And, and then somebody made a comment on one of the Facebook posts the other day that actually kind of got me in the feels a little bit. It was like Vice is like the Phoenix, like
rising from the ashes.
I was like, wow, and if you look on the Facebook comments and the feeds, it's like, it's unreal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the amount of support and love that we got as a shop, I've not really seen that with any other shops. Not saying that there's bad shops, but people that come to us, I mean, they're like family. So thank you guys so much again.
Yep. So guys, that was our week, and hopefully that's the end of that.
Yeah, I'm ready for this one to be over, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's time to go home and crack a cold beer and relax.
Yeah, I'm on the Atkins diet, so
so no beer for you.
I can lick the coldness off the bottom.
I'll drink your beer.
Okay, and I'm gonna have vodka and tap water.
Yeah, that's good. Well, guys, that's it.
Thank you so much.
And we love you guys. We appreciate you, and we will see you next week.
Have a great week, guys.